it's not about what you sell, that matters is how you sell. I repeat, it's not about what you sell, that matters is how you sell. I am Manmata, student of DHRUVA College of Management, Hyderabad. So today, we're going to discuss about one of the greatest brand in the history of India, that is Titan watches. So in the past 20 years, the Titan stock price has shot up not to 10%, 20, but 36,128%. So here, many of us know that Titan watches are very great, but only few of us know that what is the reason behind the Titan watches. So today, let us understand the business strategies of the Titan watches and the business lessons. So firstly, Mr. Desai and his team had made a critical observations about the watch markets in India. And they had also observed that each and every person were wearing watches, starting from a watchman to a student to an executive. All of them were wearing watches. So they have made a particular decisions. So while they were making a decisions, they had got to know that there is only one specific company which was making watches, that is Hindustan Machine Tool, which is also known as HMT, which is a public sector which is run by the government in the year 1970s to 1980s. So after this, Mr. Desai had come up with two topics. The first one and two topics. The first one is these machine makers were only from Swiss and Japanese, because at that time the liberalization was not happened. So because of this, the foreign watchmakers were not allowed into the Indian market system. So after this, Mr. Desai had come to a conclusion that though these watches from the Swiss and Japanese were not allowed into the Indian market, but each and every person across the world were having an idea about the watches. Second one, the people were so fascinated about the watches that made the people who had friends in India, like in foreign, smuggle the watches to India. So as there were only few people who had their relatives and friends in the abroad, they were only having a primary option to opt is from the HMT. But what had happened here is, all over the world, the HMT could only produce 1 million of watches. Due to the huge demand of the watches, they were having a very late delays to deliver the watches, even for just one watch. So after this, Mr. Desai has said that this is the watch market is always the gold mine in India. So that is how they had come to a thing to produce or start the Titan watch manufacturing. Since India is a socialistic country, our government did not give any opportunities to the big private companies. They were only given to the small sectors and to the public sectors. So the big private companies like Tata's, they have approached to the Tamil Nadu Development Corporation Industries. As expected, the government has rejected the proposal. So they had come with a sneaky strategy that they would go and start a separate private company which is known as Questa Investments, so that the government could not ask them any questions. So that is how the Titan name has derived from the two industries, from the Tata Industries and Tamil Nadu. So this is how the Titan has been driven. Secondly, it was a market research. After the market research, as we all know that in the 1987, the Titan has started manufacturing the watches. So after that, after the team of the Titan was formed, few of the team was sent to the abroad, which is to the French and Japanese, Swiss and Japanese. So where the people could go and learn how the watches have been manufactured, how the watches have been produced. And rest of the team were very busy in setting the base in the Horseshoe, which was because the base of HMT was in Bangalore, which was just a 1 hour of distance. So they have decided to export some of the expertise from HMT to the Titan, and they could help them to manufacture the Titan. Thirdly, the Titan had mainly focused on the salesmen, like people who sell. So what they concentrated is on salesmen should always have an idea about complete business around the world, because everybody thinks that salesman only knows the idea about what watches are, how are they made. But the Titan has come to an approach that each and every salesman should have an idea about the complete business around them, because they have come to a simple strategy that Watch is an instrument of love that is bought with an intention of gifting. For example, a husband gifting a watch to his wife, or a wife gifting a watch to her husband. Because they have understood that watch is a major role in gifting segment. So they have decided to compete with the top companies. And they also thought that they should not only compete with HYD, with other gifting segments as well. So fourthly, the Titan watches, they had reached into the very highest level that even they were having a legendary marketing. And even Gillian Martha, he was a very big marketer, he had come themselves along to the Titan stream, and they had marketed themselves by giving a very big newspaper advertisements. And they have also had even used celebrities and models for modeling the watches. Can you just believe that they have just used one full newspaper of a Titan watches, but they just described about the quality as well as the price. The next day it became a huge success where everyone has just walked into the Titan company by saying that I just want this watch. So this is how the Titan has created a brand. So they have also created another way, in such a way that if there is any repair in the Titan watches, they had created a sales center, like service center. They have just with an act called repairing your watch is considered as repairing the damaged relationship. So which is like repairing the company's reputation. So they have also installed the air conditioners in the Titan company service center so that it doesn't cause any inconvenience for the customers who are walking into the